Hey Virgos, welcome to your stress relief reading where we'll take a peek at what's bugging you and what you can do about it. So we're going to start with pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what energy is surrounding you for this reading. And the first card that we have for you is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. And let's pull another and see what other energies are surrounding my Virgo collective out there. Oh, okay. We got two for you. And we have Third Eye and Religion. So super interesting combination for you, Virgo. I think that this is actually overall good. With Pillar of Light, Third Eye, and Religion, it almost feels as though it's time for you to get back to your sort of spiritual roots. I keep getting the message of grounding, grounding, grounding. And I do feel like for a lot of you, there was a time when you were a little bit lost, particularly when it came to your belief system, that maybe throughout time you have cycled through different sort of spiritual practices, whether it was an organized religion or other, that you kind of lost faith in. And as you have sort of embarked or will be embarking on this healing process, it almost feels as though there's a period of enlightenment that's coming towards you, where you are starting to be more aware of the messages that you get, the feelings that you have, and it's becoming a more important focus for you. It's becoming sort of where it was before, where you're finding this balance in things that make sense to you from a spiritual perspective, that you are learning how to move through life in a way that honors you, that feels good to you, that you intuitively know is the right path for you. So this sounds like it's off to a good start, but let's see what little bit of stress that you might be dealing with. And we're going to start with the cause of it. What's causing your current stress? Where is that coming from? We have the Five of Pentacles. So this is very much a card of lack. It's feeling as though you're on the outside looking in. It's feeling as though you don't have enough, or that there's something that's sort of missing from your life. Almost as if you have, you spent time putting together 1,000-piece puzzle and there's this one little piece that's missing, and it's like, well, damn, where's that little puzzle piece? I need it. We have the Two of Chalices in reverse. So, okay. So the Two of Cups, and I don't typically just do specific love readings, but it looks like this is going to be focused on some type of relationship. Might be platonic, but I'm inclined to believe that this is a romantic type of love. So for my Virgos out there, it feels as though a lot of you are not necessarily plush in abundance when it comes to the love department. So there's this sense that even though things in your life are stabilizing, that you're on a much better path than you were before, that there's still that little piece missing, that companionship that you may have not necessarily been looking for, but maybe put on the back burner while you worked on yourself for a little while. And now that you're in a better place, now that you're living a much happier and much more calm existence, you're starting to think maybe, I think there might be room for somebody to share all of this with me. Like, it would be nice if I could meet someone and do things with, like, it's the holiday season. Can I get a +1? Is that type of vibe. It doesn't feel as though this is something that's driving you on a day-to-day basis or something that you're obsessing over, but it's almost like, yeah, I think that would be nice to have. I do think that would be nice to have. So the healthiest way for you to sort of deal with this little bit of stress that you have right now, we have the Strength card in reverse. And so I think that for a lot of my Virgos out there, this process of healing has created a situation where you put sort of a protective bubble around yourself, that you are like, you kind of walking through life tensed up, while you protect yourself, while you protect your energy. And I feel like if you want this, if you want to invite this companionship, this love into your life, you're going to have to deflate that bubble just a little bit. You're going to have to embrace a little bit of vulnerability. And that's not saying that you can't be strong and vulnerable at the same time, because I think that you've learned your lessons, you've been smart about it. But you're going to have to allow yourself to be open. Like, you can't just be strong-arming people out of the way for the sake of self-preservation. There has to be a little bit of a balance. And we have that clarified by the Empress card. And so I love these two together because there's a sense of vulnerability and the willingness to nurture, because that's who the Empress is. She is a mother. She is a nurturer. She is ready to give birth to something new. And so I think that Spirit is saying that if you want to relieve some of this stress, this sense of slight lack that you have in the relationship area, you're going to have to open yourself up and be willing to nurture these new connections that you'll draw to you because of this new energy. Now, as far as a lesson that you're learning through this process now, we have Judgment and we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So I think that what you're experiencing now is the byproduct of not necessarily making a decision. So I think that there's a sense of hesitation when it comes to putting yourself out there, meeting new people. In spite of all of this amazing energy that you have going for you right now, it almost feels as though there are people around you who see this energy and they're like, oh my God, Virgo is dope. Like, they're full of love and light and they're an amazing person. And you're just like, thanks. And like, you're kind of paying people dust right now, Virgo. And so it feels as though you haven't made that decision to open yourself up. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, well, that's fine. It's your decision to make. But understand that if you don't do that, if you don't make this choice to be open, to be ready to nurture and see what things can grow, then you're going to stay in this energy. Like, there's no way around it. I think that there are people around you who, because of the energy that you're putting out right now, are not going to sort of beat you over the head to get you to do this. I feel like they're going to leave you alone. And so if you don't necessarily want to be left alone, then you're going to have to open up your arms a little bit. So something that you're not seeing clearly in all of this, we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is a bit of a deception card. It's the Thief in the Night card. And, not necessarily the most positive in the deck, but let's see if we can clarify. We have the Ten of Cups. So super interesting combination right here, because the Ten of Cups is really, really about happiness. And so what you're missing with this Thief in the Night card, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone else. This can be your energy deep down. So I feel like what it is that you're not seeing clearly is that you are robbing yourself of the potential for happiness by not being open, by sort of keeping this strong exterior up, keeping this protective bubble around yourself. You might very well be missing out on the opportunity to meet someone absolutely amazing who matches your energetic level, who is vibing right along with you. So you have to make the decision of whether or not that's something that you're willing to do, something that you want to risk. So how can you sort of alleviate this stress? How can you prevent this from continuing or happening again in the future? We have the Knave of Swords clarified by the Star in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So what I feel, and this is going to be a little bit interesting, Virgo, whatever you get into, when you're out meeting people and opening up, do not rush. This is a combination of taking your time and setting your expectations appropriately. So you've done all of this work, right, to raise your vibrations, to get back to your mental, spiritual, happy place. And so Spirit is saying, keep it light. With the Knave of Swords, this is a very flighty energy. There's nothing particularly serious about it. So when you start getting out there to alleviate some of this stress, don't go into it thinking, oh my God, is this my person? Are they going to be around forever? With the Eight of Wands in reverse, typically when it's upright, this is a very quick, very rapid energy. It's forward movement, like full speed ahead, things coming in very quickly. And so I feel like with this, Spirit is saying, slow down, be easy, take your time. There's no need to rush any interaction. And maybe that was a challenge for you before, that you sort of got into things thinking, oh my God, this could be the one. And then when they turned out not to be the one, it was like, oh, well, hell, that didn't work out the way that I planned. And so I think Spirit is saying, you know what, just keep it light, keep it fluffy. Enjoy the moment for what it is. And if things build and grow from there, wonderful. If not, you haven't lost any sleep over it. So I basically feel like Spirit is saying, date around, float around, get to know a lot of people, see who sticks. Like there's no need to, meet somebody and think that you're walking down the aisle the next day. Right? So another message, we have action is the foundational key to all success. Pablo Picasso. And so again, this is movement. This is taking chances, smart chances. But remember, to get out of this energy, you can't stay stuck. You have to take the action of opening yourself up, getting out there, getting to know people, and just being easy about it. But sort of not making this decision to do so is going to keep you stuck right where you are. And I think that at this point in your life, in your journey, that this is not necessarily where you want to be. So be bold, Virgos. Take a chance. That's what I got for you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you on the next one.